As an entrepreneur, have you ever struggled with procrastination? Have you ever started projects that you don't end up seeing to fruition? Hi, my name is Aaron Farrell. I'm the CEO of Sellers Arena, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about non-negotiables, how you can leverage them in both your business and your personal life in order to achieve more and make sure that you're not procrastinating. So you might be wondering, what exactly is a non-negotiable? And a non-negotiable is simply something that you never veer on, you never compromise on. And this may be something you do every single day. This may be something you do once a week, maybe multiple times a week. Doesn't really matter exactly in terms of the frequency, although certain things obviously could benefit with more frequency. But in terms of just the concept itself of the non-negotiable, doesn't really matter, how many times you're actually doing it. It's just the fact that you're able to do it on that frequency and stay consistent with it. And I think oftentimes when we set up these BHAGs, or big, hairy, audacious goals that we want to achieve, all of a sudden we get anxious and we get overwhelmed, and we're like thinking about all the different components that need to go into that particular thing in order for it to be completed. When we do that, all of a sudden now we're thinking about that end goal rather than focusing in on that process that we have to go through in order to get things done. In psychology, they call this small chunking. And basically what it is if you've got a big goal, you break it up into little chunks that are achievable over time, or in maybe a daily task, for example. And all of a sudden, next thing you know, as you're focusing in on that process, now all of a sudden you've got that goal achieved, and you can mark that thing off your list. So you're constantly making progress every single day, and it almost starts by kind of making things more simplistic rather than more complex, right? Because I think a lot of times we're like, I want to launch my product, I want to increase my SKU count from 2 products to 100 products, or making 7 figures all of a sudden overnight. A lot of these goals are not going to be achieved in one single day or a week, a month, or even a year, right? But oftentimes we could get down on that because we're not actually able to see that progress immediately or get instant gratification. But in reality, the most successful people that I've studied, they end up just working on that task at hand every single day. And it may only be 2 or 3 things in a day that you get done. It doesn't have to be a list of 1,000 things. But I think a lot of times as entrepreneurs, we have about 1,000 tabs open in our head, and we're constantly distracted, and we end up kind of having fatigue from all the different options of things that we need to get done, and we don't even know what exactly we need to prioritize. So how exactly can you implement this in your Amazon business or whatever business, or your personal life? Well, first and foremost, I think the day before that next day, especially during the week, you're gonna know kind of what you're working on, kind of where maybe you were having some issues on, maybe something that has a deadline. So the night before every single business day that you're working, now all of a sudden you can set up a non-negotiable for that next day and make sure that no matter what happens, no matter how chaotic things get, you at least get that one thing done every single day that's going to move the needle for you. And by doing this, all of a sudden we're kind of in a way lowering the bar, but we're not trying to just go all in, because it's like, for example, with this video, this is part of one of my non-negotiables, to record at least 2 videos every single week. Well, if I were to just say off the bat that I wanted to record a video every single day for the next year, and that would be 365 videos in a year, well, there's probably going to be something along the way that prevents me from actually achieving that goal. So you want to make sure that they're actually achievable and that you're not setting yourself up for failure, right? But at the same time, when you set these commitments, you want to try to stay true to yourself. And by doing that, all of a sudden now you're going to actually start to feel a lot better as well, because you're constantly setting up these expectations or these agreements with yourself, and you're constantly knocking them out of the ballpark. And now all of a sudden you feel like that little dopamine spike in your head where you're able to cross things off your list, and you're actually feeling like you're making forward progress, and over time you're going to start to see the results from either your business growing or your muscles growing in the gym, or by losing weight, by actually cutting what you're eating, things like that. So just wanted to record this quick video talking about non-negotiables and how you can leverage them in your business and personal life. So I hope you've got some value from this video, and if you have, I'd really appreciate it. Give me a like, hit the subscribe button, and hit that notification bell, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.